Okay, we will discuss some named reactions, that is reduction reactions. There are some named reactions that is present in the reduction reactions. So they are, the first one is actually Wolff-Kishner reduction. So the named reactions in the reduction reactions. So Wolff-Kishner reduction, it is a reduction of carbonyl compounds, to hydrocarbon in the presence of hydrazine along with a strong base KOH. So we have R CH3. We have to use hydrazine, and in the presence of KOH I will get hydrocarbons, carbonyl compounds reduced to CH3, that is CO group goes to CH2. So CO reduced to CH2. So in this Wolff-Kishner reductions, now the mechanism of this reaction, first is the addition of hydrazine to the carbonyl group. We have NH2, hydrogen as a lone pair of electron, and this NH2, this lone pair of electron attacks on the electron deficient center, that is carbonyl group, and this pi electron breaks out and the electron will be attached to oxygen. So we'll get R CH3. Here we have O minus, and here we have a newly formed bond NH2. So this is plus because it has a one more bonds. There are 4 bonds, that is why it gets a positive charge. Now this negative charge obstruct a proton from this and neutralize the positive charge. So we will get OH CH3 NH2. Okay, now in the next step, this water molecule, hydrogen and OH will eliminations of water molecule. So we'll get an hydrozone. So we will get NH2 CH3. Okay, so now, after this step we have OH minus, and this we can write like this, NHH. We have OH minus, we added KOH. This OH minus subtract the H from NH group, and this bond breaks down and shifted, the electron will be shifted to nitrogen. So we will get R CH3 double bond NH minus. Okay, now in the next step what will happen, this negative charge will make a pi bond and this bond shifted here. Okay, in the next step, R CH3, we have N double bond NH. We created a negative charge, and this negative charge needs a proton, and it will obstruct a proton from the water molecule. So we will get R CH3 N double bond NH. There is H. Okay, now another OH minus, subtract this proton and create a negative charge on the nitrogen. So we will get CH3 N double bond minus, this minus again make a pi bond, and this bond breaks down and the electron will be attached to carbon. So therefore carbon gets a negative charge. Now again the negative charge abstract a proton from the water molecule. So therefore we will get CH3. So here the carbon takes the proton from the water molecule two times. Here one times, here one time. So therefore this will be, this carbon will attach to two hydrogens. So therefore the CO group here will be converted into CH2 group. A carbonyl group is converted into a methylene group, and this type of reductions by using hydrazine we call it as a Wolff-Kishner reduction. Now the advantage of this Wolff-Kishner reduction is that so we can easily carry out the reduction process in the presence of acid sensitive groups. This is CH3, this is OH, and this is actually acid sensitive group. We can carry out without affecting this group, NH2 KOH. CH3. So this group converted into a methylene group. And another unnamed reactions that is in the reduction process is actually Clemmensen reduction. So the Clemmensen's reduction is same. The carbonyl group is reduced to methylene group. The same, that is CO group is reduced to CH2 group by using zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl. So this is a Clemmensen reducing agent. Zinc. So we are carrying out the process by using acid media. So for example, if you take this example, and this is acid sensitive group. So what will happen is that it will carry out the reduction process. So this group is reduced. Okay, this group is reduced, but this group will also react with the acids, that is HCl, and it will be replaced with Cl. So if you carry out Clemmensen's reduction, for in this example, this OH group also substituted with Cl. So that is why in order to keep this OH untouched, we need to carry out the Wolff-Kishner reductions. Wolff-Kishner reduction. So another, we can take a lot of example, cyclohexanone to cyclohexane, zinc amalgam, concentrated HCl. One more example, this is CO CH3 N CH2 CH3 two times, and this is plus, this is quaternary ammonium salt, and if you are carrying out the reduction reactions with respect to zinc amalgam, concentrated HCl, as well as Wolff-Kishner reduction, NH2 KOH, and here what will happen is that, so if you carry out the reductions in the presence of Wolff-Kishner reductions, that is in the basic medium, this quaternary ammonium salt is base sensitive. It's not base inert, it is a base sensitive, and along with the reductions, this also will work up. This also undergoes reaction. So because it contains a beta hydrogen, so beta hydride eliminations, that leads to the that leads to the formation of an alkene. This also reacts. So along with that, CH3, this will be CH2. We will get, so we will get N CH3. So we will write this CH3 CH2 N CH3 twice plus CH2 double bond CH2. So this is the product. Here the quaternary ammonium salt is also reacted. But if you carry out the reduction reactions in the presence of Clemmensen reduction, that is zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl, this group will be survived. So only it will carry out the reduction reactions. So CO reduced to CH2. So this group will not react. This is CH2, CH3. This group will not react. So quaternary ammonium salt will be survived. So in the presence of OH, if it is any acid sensitive group is there in the reduction process, we need to carry out in the basic medium. If it is a base sensitive group is there, we need to carry out in the acid medium. So it is an acid inert but base labile. This is actually base acid labile, base inert. So this is the very important applications of this Clemmensen's reductions as well as Wolff-Kishner reduction. So another very important named reaction is actually Meerwin Pondorf Wirle reduction. In short form, this is also called as MPB reduction. Also called as MPB reductions. So in this reduction reactions, aldehydes and ketones reduce to alcohols, usually primary and secondary alcohols in the presence of aluminum isopropoxide in isopropanol solvent or 2-propanol in 2-propanol or isopropanol. Say for example, so this is a ketone. We are converting ketones into alcohols by using aluminum isopropoxide, by using isopropanol. So we will get, so ketone will be reduced to alcohol. So this solvent itself will be transferred to ketone. And this is exactly a reverse process of Opnier oxidation. Exactly opposite to the Opnier oxidations. In the Opnier oxidations, we are using as a solvent ketone, and alcohol will be oxidized to ketone, and this ketone will be reduced to alcohol. Exactly the reverse case of Opnier oxidation. The mechanism of this reaction. So you can take a general molecule R dash, and this is aluminum isopropoxide. This is aluminum isopropoxide, 3 molecules. And now this aluminum is a Lewis acid, so therefore it will attracted towards aluminum. So once it is attracted, we will get R dash R. Now we have aluminum here, so aluminum is slightly make a bond, the oxygen is make a bond, so we get O. So this we can write CH, CH3 CH3. So this format is rewritten slightly in modified form. Now this oxygen is the lone pair of electron attracted towards aluminum. So once the electron is migrated towards this direction, the electrophilic character of this carbon increases, that is delta plus increases. So once the delta plus increases, what will happen? So this pi bond shifted here and it goes to here. Once the pi bond shifted here, accumulates the electron on the oxygen, and oxygen donates the electron to aluminum. Once it donates the electron, this bond breaks down, make a pi bond. So once it make a pi bond, so this it makes a CO bond. Once it makes a CO bond, this H, that is hydrate, shifted to carbonyl group. Now by pulling this oxygen towards aluminum, so makes the carbon to accept hydride, that is it's acceptable to undergo reductions by removing the electron from the oxygen or by taking the oxygen towards aluminum. So once it is transferred, so what will happen? We will get H here, and this is oxygen connected to aluminum along with 2 isopropoxide unit, and here the eliminated group is actually acetone. So here you can see here, so this is COCH3, so this group. Now this will undergo hydrolysis reaction, so the water attached to aluminum, so this breaks down, so we'll get R dash H minus. Now the water is attached to aluminum, OH2 plus, and the minus subtract a proton from the water, and the remaining unit as it is. We will get right here R dash OH. So the overall reaction is here. A ketone is reduced to alcohol by using aluminum isopropoxide. You can solve some of the examples for Meerwein-Ponndorf reduction. CHO NO2, aluminum isopropoxide using isopropanol. So we will get, so this is unaffected, so this is aldehyde, will reduce to primary alcohol. So aldehyde will be reduced to primary alcohol. Another example, COMb, same conditions will be same. This is CHOHMe. Say for example, if we are not going to use any alcohol, instead of we are going to use just toluene as a solvent, and in the molecule we have alcohol as well as a keto group, and here we have some protection group, some keto group will be protected. Now here we have alcohol as well as keto. Now this is a proton donor now, so this will become, this get oxidized, this get reduced, because we are not using any solvent to get oxidized, but in the reactant molecule itself we have the alcohol that get oxidized and this get reduced. So therefore we will get, so this to be oxidized and this to be reduced. The Birch reduction. So the Birch reduction involves the reduction of aromatic compounds reduction of aromatic compounds to 1,4-cyclohexadiene to 1,4-cyclohexadiene compounds in the presence of in the presence of alkali metal dissolved in liquid ammonia along with the alcohol. So this reactions we call it as a Birch reduction. Now we have an aromatic compound is a benzene. Now this is reduced to, it is partial reduction, is reduced to 1,4-cyclohexadiene reduced to. So by using an alkali metal sodium in liquid ammonia by using alcohol along with alcohol. So this is we call it as Birch reduction. Now the it's with the very important aspects of Birch reduction is the regioselectivity of the reductions, where the reductions will be undergoing. The regioselectivity of the product that depends upon the nature of the substituent present on the aromatic compound. That depends upon the nature of the substituent. So the nature of the substituent is of two types. One is electron donating groups. So the aromatic compounds containing electron donating groups and the aromatic compounds containing electron withdrawing group. So in the case of electron donating group, the carbon atom does not reduced. So the carbon that connects with the electron withdrawing group, the carbon atoms are reduced. So if the carbon, so we have all unsaturated carbon atom in the aromatic compound. So if the carbon contains electron donating group, then that carbon atom does not reduce in the Birch reductions. If it is the carbon atom that connected with an electron withdrawing group, and that carbon will be reduced. Say for example, so this is an acid we are taking, and another is a alkoxy group, alkyl or alkoxy group, and this acid is electron withdrawing group, electron withdrawing, and this is electron donating group, electron donating. Now we are carrying out the Birch reductions, lithium in liquid ammonia, ethanol as a solvent. Now what we said is this is electron withdrawing group, the carbon atom, this is the carbon atom that connected with electron withdrawing group, and this carbon atom is reduced. So this carbon atom will be reduced and other carbon atom will not be reduced. So we should get 1,4-cyclohexadiene, the ipso carbon, this we call it as ipso carbon, and the para carbon, para and ipso will be reduced. We will get parallel with respect to the COH, electron withdrawing. So in case of electron donating, so in this case, so this will not be reduced. So this will not be reduced. So we will get like this. So this is also 1/4 derivative, and this is also 1/4 derivative. So this is what we need to remember with respect to the regioselectivity of the reaction. So if both are present, so COH is also present as well as OMe is also present, and we need to carry out the reduction reactions, that is Birch reduction reactions. Sodium in liquid ammonia ethanol as a solvent. Now what will happen with respect to electron donating group? So this is electron, the carbon atom will not be reduced. With respect to this, the carbon atom will be reduced, so therefore it will give like this. So this is the product. Now the same reactions. One is Birch reduction. Second case is actually H2OH plus and hydrolysis. Third case, just eat. Now in this case, what will happen? The Birch reductions, you will get this product. So in the Birch, if you carry out the Birch reduction with the same environment, you will get this. COOH OMe, and this is an acid, so therefore it will donate a proton. So we will get COO minus OMe. Now we are using H2OH plus. So H plus, so it will take in the acid medium, it will take again COOH. So you will get OMe, and this OMe, the lone pair of electron takes H plus, so therefore will abstract an H plus. So we will get OMe H plus. The electron is removing from this carbon, so this carbon becomes electron deficient. The water molecule will act as a nucleophile, so it will attack here and eliminates a methanol molecule. So we have OH H plus. Now the water molecule will lose one of the H plus, so it will lose, we will get COOH OH. Now this is actually a enol form, so this will be transferred to a keto form. This will become keto form. Now upon eating, so this is the product after the second step. After the second step, we will get this product. After eating, now it eliminates a carbon dioxide. So we will get OH. Now we have a double bond. Now this bond shifted here, and this shifted here. This will attach here. So we will get elimination of carbon dioxide. So therefore we will get an alpha beta unsaturated ketone. So this is the final product. Mechanism. If you take the benzene ring, now we have sodium metal in liquid ammonia. Now the sodium metal in liquid ammonia loses electron, so this electron donated to the benzene, one electron, and this pi electron, due to the repulsions, this will be shifted here, and this is 2 electron transfer. Sodium transfer single electron, so we will get, it generates a radical anion, so it accumulates 2 pi electrons. That's why it gets negative charge here, radical. Okay, now this is actually an electron, this also electron, this also electron. Electronic repulsion. So in order to avoid this electronic repulsions, so compared to anion and radical is more reactive, so that is why it will form a pi bond. So here it is negative, here you will get a radical. Now the negative charge, now it is stabilized. Now this is stabilized because they are far away from each other. The stabilized intermediate. So this is unstabilized. Why? Because due to the electronic repulsions, inter-electronic repulsion. Now the negative charge will take up the proton from ethanol and it creates OET minus. That sodium will, here you get sodium plus combines with OET, you will get sodium ethoxide. So we will get H here. One H is already there. We have a radical. Now again sodium metal will contribute one electron. That creates a negative charge again. Negative charge. That negative charge take H from the ethanol. So we will get H. So it's a 1,4 cyclohexadiene. So this is how the reactions will be taking place with the 2 sodium and 2 ethanol to reduce. The 2 sodium will give 2 electron, 2H plus. Right. Now with respect to electron withdrawing group, that is benzoic acid with sodium. Now this sodium will actually takes the electron, gives the electrons here, this will shifted here. So now what will happen? It creates a negative charge here, a radical here. So we have COOH and we have this, okay, a radical here. Now that is one step, that is one way. So another is actually now sodium. If the sodium donates here, you will get radical here and negative charge. If the sodium donates in this carbon, now this will shift it to ipso carbon atom. Now we will get a radical here, a negative charge on the COH ipso carbon atom. Now whether this is stable or this is stable. So this one is stabilized. This is more stabilized because the negative charge will be withdrawn by the COH group because it contains oxygen. It withdraws. Once it withdraws, it lowers the negative charge and more stabilized. But here it doesn't attach with the COH group directly. So therefore the withdrawing power of the negative charge is very less. This is more stable. This is doesn't form. Only this is formed. Now what will happen? So we have this bond. Now in order to overcome the electronic repulsions, this bond breaks down and forms a pi bond. So we will get COOH. Now we have a radical negative charge. Now the negative charge will take H from ethanol. So we will get COOH. H will be attached here. Then again radical. Now again sodium will contribute one electron and gets a negative charge. The same thing, get a negative charge. Now the negative charge will abstract a proton from the ethanol. So finally we will get COOH. Here there is H. So this is with respect to electron withdrawing group. Now we need to see with respect to electron donating group. Now with respect to electron donating group, so that is OMB, sodium. So here also we can do in two ways. The sodium actually donates electron here, a negative charge here. We will get OMe, a radical negative charge. So another is a negative charge here, radical is here. In the same way in the case of benzoic acid. Now we need to identify which one is more stable. Now the negative charge is directly acted. This is electron donating group. It intensifies the negative charge. So electron intensify the negative charge. So once the negative charge is intensified, stability decreases. Now here there is no negative charge is directly attached. So therefore compared to this intermediate, this is more stabilized. This is more stabilized. So therefore it will create with this intermediate, and this it will undergo further. So you will get like this in order to overcome the repulsion. You will get like this. So negative charge here. So always the negative charge and the radicals are para to each other. So we need to make a note. Always the negative charge and radical always para to each other. Para to each other. So that we need to remember. Now after getting this intermediate, the negative charge will take up the proton from methanol or ethanol. So we will get OMe. So here we will get H, radical. Now again sodium will give electron and takes up proton from ethanol. So therefore we will get the product is OMe. Now in this product, once you get the product OMe, so we get this product. Now if you carry out the hydrolysis reactions, acid hydrolysis, OMe, so it will lone pair of electron takes H plus, we get H2O, the nucleophilic attack on the, so this will escape. OH2 plus. Now this will actually loses H plus. So once it loses H plus, we will get OH. So this is enol form. It will be converted into keto form. So this is the product. Now in this case, COH and OMe are para to each other. Now in this case, we need to carry out lithium, liquid ammonia. Next case is H2OH plus. So here what will happen is that, now this is electron donating, this is withdrawing group. Now this is CO. We'll get like this OMe. Now this is O minus, O minus. So we'll get with the Birch reduction this product. Now this will make a pi bond. This will shift here. This will shift. And with respect to acid, so this is H plus. Lone pair of electron take the H plus. So this will eliminate. So we will get COOH. So this is the product with respect to para. So So another with respect to Bart's reduction is the reduction of alkynes. Reduction of alkynes. So alkynes is reduced to alkenes. Alkynes reduced to alkenes. The stereochemistry is exclusively trans. So lithium, liquid ammonia, ethanol. So we'll get trans product. Say for example R dash. To carry out the Bart's reduction, ethanol. So we will get H R dash H. Now why you will get a trans product in this case is that you can see the mechanism. R dash, so lithium or sodium, anything, sodium, so this will donate an electron and shift of the negative charge. So one carbon gets a negative charge, so another carbon gets a radical. Now in order to overcome this negative and radical repulsions, so what will happen is that now this is a negative charge, 2 electron, this is a radical. Now it forms a trans. Now once it forms a trans, the H will be attached in this case and H here attached will be in this case. So there will be trans directions in order to overcome repulsion. Now the electrons are added up in a trans fashion. Once negative charge here, once negative charge here. So that's why we will get a double bond here. R dash, this is R dash. H will be added up, H will be added up here. So this is double bond. So this is trans alkene, that is E conformations.